there were little rods that people
Use.
do that. It's like a tuning fork, and you ding it, and it gives you a vibrating sensation.
You've changed, Josh. You've changed.
Not me.
It's time for either or.
So wait, do you take it and then you just go like this?
Ding. Yeah.
Fail to find the humor.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
Have
now.
a
Portable system. Battery consumption is definitely
It's not
something
a
you have to
portable
address.
system.
It
It's
is a portable
it's
system.
It's a console hybrid, okay?
It's portable.
A portable system is a PSP. You're meant to take it with you when you need to take a shit. That's about it.
No, that's not about it. People
Where else you gonna
travel
go with
with
it?
it on the airplane.
Oh, and how long's a fucking airplane ride? Do they got an outlet
well,
on
I
an
don't know.
airplane?
You're going to Indiana to LA. How long is it, Josh and Alex?
6 hours. 4 to 6 hours.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Look at that switch battery lasting almost 6 hours.
Oh,
What
if
do you
it's
know?
charged when you go.
Well, who's going to leave with it half dead?
Well, I don't know. Somebody who
Irresponsible
forgets to
people.
charge it.
Well, then don't fucking forget. I don't like the big, thick ones like that because
The
they...
reason for this is so I can carry everything with it. Right there, it holds my Joy-Con covers, and it holds my games inside of these slots here.
Where's your charger go?
You don't need a charger; it's portable.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah!
Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
You just can't hold it together.
What did I do?
You look funny.
This is episode 155, 155, and Josh looks funny.
I look funny.
The only people are gonna hear are the people watching YouTube.
Yeah, right. Check out our YouTube, guys, by the way. Check it out. We're live on YouTube now for the first time ever on a Monday.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
We've changed our schedule. We are now live at 6 p.m. on our precast meeting on our social media, and then we are live on our YouTube channel at 6:30. So
Cool.
starting now.
I do like starting earlier.
Yeah, it is nice. It is nice to have a podcast a little bit earlier. I don't know how much of a live audience we'll get starting this early, but you know, I've actually I've wanted to do it earlier for a long time actually. I've wanted to change it to a Monday or a Saturday for a very probably since you moved back to Fort Wayne.
Oh, that was a year ago. Oh,
Yeah.
more than a year ago.
Yeah, I was like, well, why are we still doing it on Wednesdays? We did it because you had an out of state location.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of wrapped ourselves around Wednesdays for a very long time until the Wednesday that we were supposed to record. Alex had a meeting, and I was like, I had a creative like burnout, so I was like, we need to have a little bit of a break.
We hadn't missed a show since last July.
Right.
So
Yeah.
That is so
I think
difficult.
That's a good streak.
It's a really good streak, and as much as I hate to disappoint people who look forward to hearing us every week, we needed another stop. Because
even at that, that's the only week that we've skipped putting
Right.
out anything.
Right, because the past 3 months has been just like, it's been rough for all three of us.
Yeah.
All three of us had a very rough 2019 start, and it's just been hard.
Yep.
So let's get on to this podcast. Episode 155 is having issues streaming, it looks like, at least on my end. Is it up
Oh,
on there?
it just paused.
Yeah. Anyways, so it's been getting really nice out lately.
Yeah, the weather's great.
Weather's been beautiful. You know, we've had some off days, on
There'll
days.
be a day out of nowhere where it's 40 and rainy.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
And then snowing the next day.
Yeah,
Right.
We had a pond. I was not sniping. I was gonna say sniping. I've got too much Halo in my head.
Yeah.
I was snapping. There we go. I was snapping our friends in South Dakota who are experiencing a lot of really, really bad flooding right now.
Mhm.
That's really putting towns underwater, unfortunately. And I posted a snap to him, and I was like, "Look, it's raining so much here that I've got a pond in my backyard because with ducks. There was ducks in our backyard floating, and there was like a huge, big thing of water like ducks were swimming in. I'm like, look, now we have a pond. Literally the next day, we woke up. And there was half a foot of snow on the ground. I'm like, and now it's frozen over. And then the
Mhm.
next
Yep.
day, it melted.
It's all melted. And
That's Fort
I
Wayne.
guess if it has to happen, I'm glad it's only there for the day.
Right. Oh,
But,
man.
It's supposed to stay relatively warm in the high 50s, low 60s for a while.
I've got a coworker who's like really into nature. Like he bought himself a winter bike this winter to get so he could go bike riding in the snow.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That much.
Dedication.
That in touch. So he was talking about, man, I'd really love to be outdoors right now and this and that. And I was just thinking, I was like, if I could have an outdoor job, what would it be? You know, like what would be something that you would be happy with doing outdoors?
If I was good at it,
Well, I mean, what would you enjoy?
I'd probably be a photographer.
Photographer?
Yeah. Just go around and take pretty pictures of nature.
You know how rough that is, though?
Yes, I do. That's why I said I was like, but I could just, people tipping me to
Right.
take pictures of pretty things.
They do more than tip you.
They could take
Pay
me on
you.
their vacations, and I'll follow them around to these beautiful locations.
Oh, you're talking about a personal photographer, like a freelancer.
Yeah.
No, like a private photographer.
Private.
Or yes, a private photographer,
Oh, okay. So you want
but
to?
not a private photographer.
Oh, not a private.
No, hell no. Nope.
You don't want to see the giblets.
Nope. I don't think so. Nope.
What would you
That's
do,
the only
Brett?
thing I could think of.
I have no idea,
Yeah.
honestly.
I'd do carpentry of some
yeah,
sort.
that'd be nice.
Or maybe construction of some sort. And nothing too aggressive. But I mean, I as long as there's something that I can easily manage, that's not going to kill me. I do it.
Sure.
But outdoor jobs are dangerous.
Well, honestly, for a while I considered a landscaping job, and
did.
if I was
you were really close to doing that.
good at it,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be. I mean, it'd be nice to be. See, in the 30s that I am now, I've gotten soft, and it's harder to go outside and stay outside for long periods of time when it's hot or when it's cold.
Miserable.
So when I was a kid, I could be out there for hours, and it was no issue, as most of us could.
I'm hot. I need
Yeah.
to squeeze it.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
You
Put
run
some
back
sugar
I
in
need
it.
to
Yeah,
just put
getting the
corn syrup in the back of my throat. Is what you're saying.
Get more
God,
energy.
So
Sugar.
disgusting. Whoop, dropping things over here. So the other day I was driving to work, and I saw this construction worker. He was controlling a backhoe, and he was digging. The construction around Fort Wayne's been ridiculous lately, just everywhere, especially my route to
It's
work.
because of potholes and
Oh,
things like that.
it's bad. It's bad. Like
Yeah.
this city is located around 3 rivers.
It's starting the construction season,
It absolutely is.
so it's not going to get any better.
But I saw him using the backhoe to dig it into a trench into the side of the road here, up the road here, and he got mad at his cones. He started like pushing them. He knocked them all over, and then he realized he knocked one too far into the road. So he used his backhoe to like
Just
tip it up.
It's pretty good.
He's just like, deet.
Oops.
Oops.
You're not supposed to be
You're not
down.
supposed to be there. So what do you guys want to move into today?
Just
There's a
right down
lot.
the
We
list.
have a
Do
huge.
you guys just because it's we're still going with the Monday thing? Do you want to start off with the MCM?
What is MCM, Alex?
Man Crush Monday.
And what is it?
Man Crush Monday.
What does it entail? Is it just
I don't know. It's a hashtag.
you don't know?
You
a
post a
very old
picture of
hashtag.
It is old.
a
yes.
man that you're crushing on, like typically a celebrity.
We had this as a millennial slang.
Like
Like
we
one
did.
of our first
Yeah,
ones.
and
Yeah,
I
it's-
think that's why I said WC.
W.
Yes.
Woman
W.
Crush Wednesday.
Yes.
Yes, I don't want to say WCW because it sounds like I'm talking about.
World
Wrestling.
Championship
The
Wrestling.
The defunct for 20 years.
That's why
Right.
I was
Yeah.
so weirded out and confused when that hashtag came out a few years ago, and I'm like, but why is it WCW? And I'm like, and these women have nothing to do with WCW. I didn't get it until we did Millennial Slang.
Okay.
So anyway, so now it's MCM. It's Man Crush Monday. So we were asked on Facebook by a fan if we could pick a man crush for Monday.
Man Crush for
So
Monday.
yeah, so a man that we crush on that is just like, hey, you know what, this guy, we nominate you for Man Crush Monday.
Now, as guys doing this, in my interpretation, it's hey, that's a very handsome fellow.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a crush.
You're
Like
very. I had one a while back, but it's really just like it hasn't really become anything. Well, I guess I got one.
you do
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
really?
That's an easy.
He's
That's an
very
easy out.
to. What? No,
I
that's
have
not
an-
an easy.
I have an
out.
easy one and a wild card.
If you say
How
George
about-
Clooney,
why
I'm
don't you
throwing
do
you
a-
out of
we'll
here.
do two.
How is he
We'll do
handsome?
two. Like you do that one and you do a wild card.
Well, let me
one.
think about my wild card one.
Okay, all right. So you got Chris Hemsworth. Who do you have?
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. not
Hemsworth.
You
Helmsworth.
always add
I
the
don't know.
L.
I don't. That's just like downstairs.
Well, okay, yeah, right.
It's just
What does
how
that
it
even
is.
mean?
So my easy one is Chris Pratt,
Okay,
and my wild card is Timothy Oliphant.
Who's that?
that's odd. Yeah, you know Timmy. Okay, Santa Clarita, the dad.
Really? That guy?
Yeah,
When he in the show Justified,
yeah.
Yeah.
dude is smooth. He's cool.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
And plus, it's not just that, but he was pretty awesome in Die Hard as
Okay.
the bad guy.
Yeah, I
And,
love that.
The
one.
Crazies, he's a sheriff.
I'm gonna have to watch that again. Can we? Let's just watch that this Halloween.
What, the Crazies?
Yeah, I'm gonna give that one another
I like
chance.
I
I
like
I
that
don't
one.
know.
I know you really like it. I haven't seen it since it's
High school?
Right.
High
right.
school. It didn't come out that long ago.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't.
08, 07?
It was like right when I was like
Her
graduating.
high school.
No.
Yeah. That's how I
I
remember
don't
it
know.
was
Look
when
it
it
up
came
because
out.
I don't think it was that old.
I think it's 08. If it's 07, I mean that's fine too.
I think it's after 2010.
I
Really?
think it's 2007.
It is 2010.
Damn, I'm
oh
good.
my god,
Ha!
really? Oh.
Yeah. You telling me it came out when you were in high school.
Whatever. That's what I remember.
She felt like she was in high school or something.
guess.
I don't know. Alex, your MCMs, or do you want me to do my wild card?
And do your wild card.
I guess I could just go with. No, I still need a second. I still need a second to think about it.
Well, you already know who my first one is.
I don't.
Chris Hemsworth.
No,
Oh. No.
Jason
Jason.
Momoa.
Oh, Jason Momoa. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
always.
Yeah.
That's gotta
Always.
be the easy one. I
That's
would
the easy
assume.
one.
Yeah.
My wild card. I have to look up his name, but well, I don't know his name. It's a new one actually. You're probably this is why it's gonna be a wild card. Like wild, like oh my god.
Wild thing.
The Umbrella Academy.
Oh yeah. The clairvoyant.
I'm
Yeah, don't do that.
sorry. What's his name?
I don't know.
Hold on, I'll look it up real quick.
My wild card is going to be I'm gonna murder the name. Nikolaj Coster-Waldau. Jamie Lannister. Game of Thrones.
All right.
Suave.
Alright. Yeah,
Suave guy.
Suave
Okay. Guy. Especially in season 3 when he became so
Oh,
humble.
okay.
Yeah, that guy.
All right, Klaus.
Klaus. Yeah, what's
From,
the actor's name?
Robert Sheehan.
Sheehan. Yeah. Umbrella Academy is mainly a bunch of nobodies. That's,
I guess.
except
I don't know.
Ellen Page.
For some reason, the emo look on him is just like
When he was
there's
yeah.
there's just something about him and like his character, and I'm like I don't know. He ends up, I think, being gay, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So but it's like, of course, like
He
like,
falls for the
he falls
for a soldier
for a
in
soldier
Vietnam.
in Vietnam, and then at
Long
the end,
story
I'm like,
short.
well, all right, there was my crush.
Yeah.
But either way, I was just like, it's kind of like the charisma and the emo look. Like, it just, I don't know, it got me.
Yeah.
You know, Jason Momoa, he's got like that dark eye. thing
He's
going
very,
on. So
like,
if you wear makeup, maybe.
Oh, if I wore makeup.
If you wear some dark makeup.
Okay.
So there you go. MCM today.
MCM, hashtag MCM. That's I do see that there is a comment on YouTube. Someone said that you have a steel box memory, Brett.
You're darn right.
You said 2010, and it felt so much sooner than that for the crazies. So April Fool's Day was April 1st, of course, every year. There's been some announcements, quote unquote. One of them that really made me chuckle. It was a product. It came in a chip variety pack, but it looked like it came in condoms, like one chip. It's called Just the Chip. Just the Chip by Pop Chips.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's called Ridged for Your Pleasure.
Okay.
That's it comes in 3 flavors, bursting with flavor, gluten-free, always real. Available sizes, a chip.
Okay.
That was one that made me chuckle. There's a lot of product ones that came
Are you
out.
talking about April Fool's Day?
Yeah.
Okay.
April Fool's Day.
Did you say that? I don't think you said that.
Yeah. Did
You
I?
just said announcements.
I
No, you said
Fool's-
April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, April Fool's Day was on the 1st of April every year.
Right.
Yeah. And then there were some gaming ones that came out. I'm going to load up the thing
I've
here.
got one.
Yeah, go ahead.
One that I actually really wanted. Like, I was like, take my money.
What was it?
It was from ThinkGeek. It was the Roomba. Kirby Roomba.
Yeah, why do you want that?
It's so to have a Kirby's, like, you charge it, then its mouth opens and like it goes around your house going like it's sucking up all of the dirt.
No, it doesn't. It wouldn't work.
Well, I know it wouldn't work, but just to have it animated to do that would be really
I think that'd
cute.
be so pointless.
That'd be
And then
stupid.
it goes
You
back
want
to charge
pointless
itself, and then
items.
just sits there and it closes its mouth. Like, I was like, I want it. That's awesome.
Stupid.
Oh, it's cute. I love it.
You can have that pointless item in your house if you
Are you
want.
gonna
I
talk
guess.
about the McDonald's one?
McDonald's one?
They teased a
I don't know about
a
this.
pickle burger. There's no meat. It's just a bun and a bunch of pickles.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Really?
And then people were really excited about it, and I heard they're considering it.
That's
no,
disgusting.
no. Pickle
No.
burger?
Nope.
Oh my God, that's so gross. It's just
Yeah. Let me see. Did they
well, it's a stupid continue reading below
Yeah,
stupid
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to see the stupid photo.
Well, I've got another one from
It's a
ThinkGeek.
stack.
It was a
it's-
double stack, so
Yeah.
like a Big
All
Mac.
right. Yep. That's disgusting.
It's just a stack of pickles.
It's just a stack of pickles.
with cheese and
No,
condiments.
that's disgusting.
Hashtag daily nuggets. Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
a nugget
whatever.
at all. That's a
There was another one from ThinkGeek. It was the beanbag onesie.
yeah. You thought that was a thing.
Yeah, I thought it was really a thing, and I clicked on it. Like, it was just, and I didn't realize it was April Fool's, and I'm clicking through this thing, and I was like, well, that looks stupid. Wait, let me click on that. I'm like, that's a great idea.
Basically, you have a fat ass the
you
whole
have like,
day.
yeah, so you're wearing a onesie, and it's a beanbag chair attached to the back of your onesie where your butt is.
It's
so
just
you
a big.
It's like
I saw it.
the advertisement was you can always having trouble finding a seat. Well, look no further, and like
Then-
you're your own seat. Like,
I don't think that. No.
I thought it was cool.
No.
I was
Just-
gonna buy it.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
What the hell for?
I turned to Josh and I was like, I want this. And he's like, and I clicked on it, and then this is what I saw from ThinkGeek.
First of all, you'd only wear that in your own house.
Well,
And
yes.
If you have,
You have
if
a
you're
s-
at your own house, nobody's gonna not let you sit in a seat in your own house.
Well, if we've got like WrestleMania on or something, and I want to offer a seat to somebody else, then I'd wear it.
I get that, but that is just a little far fetched. You're thinking about a scenario that's never going to happen because we don't host WrestleMania, Alex.
Well, do you know what I mean?
yes, I
Yes,
know what you
do.
mean.
So
it's not
whatever.
practical.
It's not.
For me, it is. So.
It's stupid. We're trying to get rid of stupid things. How much stupid stuff have we gotten rid of the past few weeks in this house?
The Kirby thing fooled me.
Well,
Honestly,
yeah.
because was it Jared that posted it?
He did.
Yes, Jared posted it, and I clicked on it. I'm like, I want that, and
Yeah.
it even had a price and everything. And then it wasn't until I actually clicked on the beanbag onesie and saw that it came up as an April Fool's thing, and then below it was the Kirby thing. I'm like, oh shucks, both of them are not
Mhm.
real. But they did say if you would like one of these to become real, click one of these. Like we could
Sure.
vote when they'd actually make it.
Yeah.
I got excited for it. I voted for both.
Ash and Pikachu would photobomb you in Pokemon Go.
I saw that one. Yep,
Mhm.
I saw that one.
And then I think, let's see what else came out. I'm looking at the Washington Post. They had a whole list of, hey, beware of these. Google Maps, they did Snake this year for their Google Maps.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw that.
I mean, I don't look forward to April Fools anymore. It's just now it's a gimmick that I just don't care about.
So the only thing that I thought about for work
But it's funny.
is
I think it's funny.
the girl at work, she actually messed it up because it was like the weekend before April Fools. So with what I do, like I work in an office, and for when clients are in certain rooms, the other side of the room, we have a flag system. So we know what doctor or who needs to go into these rooms and when and what, it's just an order thing. Well, these flags are, if I were to put my hand all the way up, the top flag reaches the top of my hand with my hand all the way up to the ceiling. So, and when we have to go and put the flags up and down, I have to use your hand, right? Well, there's a girl at our work that's like 4 foot something. She's really short. She gets picked on all the time. And she uses a pen or a pencil when we go into the room to push the flags back and forth. So I told her, like, as a legit April Fool's joke, she'd go up to our boss and say really sincerely, I'm tired of getting picked on about the flags, and I think that you should just move them down a foot. Well, they're like bolted into the wall. And just to see what he would say. And she actually went there and said, well, Alex thinks it'd be a fun April Fool's joke to do this. And then she completely ruined it.
Aww.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
dang it.
why announce it? That
Like,
takes all the fun
if
out.
you were going to do that, I would have gone into the office and been like, hey, so she's having some issues and she doesn't feel right coming to you. Just to see if you'd actually move the flags down.
So McDonald's did another thing. They did a shake sauce video about dipping sauces being the flavors of their shakes.
Ugh.
What?
Like chocolate shake sauce, vanilla shake sauce, strawberry shake sauce, and I think I saw, shamrock shake sauce.
I tried with French fries.
To dunk your French fries or
Right.
nuggets
Yeah.
in.
Well, it's not that
Not
far-fetched
chicken.
from dunking a French fry in a Frosty.
Like
Right.
I would French fries are like the best thing to try a sauce with. If something's gonna taste good, you put it on a French fry.
Yeah. Do you remember that one time that one of my buddies in college, their roommate dumped their fries in that shake, and you just got real sick.
Yeah, that was
Seeing
gross.
that.
One at a time, that's fine. You just dump your fries into your ice cream and eat it. Visually, that's gross. It's just nasty, okay?
It's all about appearance,
It's
isn't
all
it?
about appearance.
Yeah. Other than that, there was a few other things that had that there was all around the internet, but nothing too significant that really that made me chuckle. Other than that, just the chip and some of the gaming stuff that you had talked about. So on April 1st as well was Nickelodeon's anniversary, and this year they turned 40. 40
and
years.
we are old.
Yeah.
Not 40, but we're old.
Well, you can consider us old if you want to.
Sure.
But I was looking into stuff that Nickelodeon had for their premieres, and it premiered 40 years ago, so that was 1979, right? Yeah. And I looked at original programming, or 89, sorry, or 79. Yeah,
79,
Sorry.
Mhm.
I was looking at original programming, and there's nothing on there really big. The Are You Afraid of the Dark didn't premiere until 91.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of their original programming didn't premiere until the early 90s.
I wasn't even watching Nickelodeon in 91.
Double Dare was a big one in 86.
Nope.
Yeah, and it came that stuck around for a long time. But I was asking you guys, what show on Nickelodeon hooked you? Mine is Rugrats. When I saw Rugrats for the first time when I was a kid, when I was 6 years old, I was hooked.
Mine was Rugrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I got a little bit older, it was All That and Kenan and Kel.
Oh my gosh! Did you see the comment on Facebook I sent you?
I think so, but it's escaping me now.
I just did it today.
He just did
Oh,
it today.
I did see it, but
I don't
why
always
can't I remember what it is?
Drink a beer or something.
No,
Oh,
what
it's-
was it?
I don't always drink soda.
Soda.
Or I don't always drink orange soda, but when I do, I do. Ew.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a
Yep.
picture of Kel Mitchell.
Yeah. And that's what hooked me on orange soda as well. And I loved orange soda at the time when Kenan and Kel premiered
Yeah.
and all that.
When I got older, it was Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
It was Rugrats and Are You Afraid of the Dark. Those were the two big ones for me.
Right.
All that was like SNL for kids,
Yes.
Yep.
just a skit show.
Did you hear that they might be reviving it?
Well, they had the original cast, and then they had like the next generation when all those kids got too old, and it didn't. I don't think it went far on this second generation. So yeah, I don't know if they revive it. I know. Cool.
It sounds like Kenan might be attached to it.
He's
so-
probably like an executive producer. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I can see him being pretty big
All
on that.
grown
He's
up
been
being
on-
an executive
He's
producer.
been on SNL for a long time now.
I want to years,
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
And I don't watch SNL, and everyone always comes up to me, "Hey, you see this SNL?" No, I don't
No,
watch SNL.
I don't watch it
We
either
don't.
because
No.
like he's the only cast member I know
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
anymore.
Adam Sandler's about to host SNL for the first time
Wow.
ever. You know, he's never
He's
done that.
always just
Yeah.
been on the
Yeah.
on the cast.
Guess he's just been on there. Yeah. So you guys want to move on from there?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you guys want to move on to? Go ahead and
Why
pick
don't you
something
talk
up.
about Borderlands?
Got announced.
So I was wrong about this
I-
as far as it being Borderlands 3, but I was not wrong about what Alex said.
Yeah, you said we were way off. I wasn't off. I said it could be a battle royale. I would love it to be, but if it's 3,
No, I was totally wrong about that. What I'm talking about
Was
is
the release date.
she said it's going to be released today. I'm like, are you crazy? There's no chance in
No,
hell that it was
no
going to be
way.
available today.
no way, no way.
But it is going to be out
I
in a
did
few
say September,
months.
didn't I?
September.
Yes, it's
September
September
13th.
13th.
I thought it was 19th.
13th.
Shoot, I told Shane 19th. But we're gonna be playing Borderlands 3 launch date. Really excited. I don't.
They have so many different packages to choose from. I don't know what I want.
I'm gonna at least get one of the top 2 tier. I don't know if I want the box, but would you like the loot box?
I don't know. I'm half tempted for it.
I am too.
Yeah.
I really am. I don't normally buy those things.
No, but Borderlands, aside from Halo, Borderlands is another one of those games that, I mean, it inspired my first cosplay. It's inspiring my next cosplay because they released what Maya's character looks like in this game. She might not be like a playable character, but she's still looks like a main character in the story, and she looks amazing. And I was like, yep, that's what I'm doing next. It looks really cool. So it's simple enough and advanced enough that I think I'll be able to do it because I'm going to do spandex this time.
Good luck.
No, seriously.
Can you sew
Yes.
on a spandex? I just don't know anything about.
How
spandex.
do you think spandex is put together?
I don't know anything about spandex. Glue,
It's just printed. That's all it is. It just comes out of a machine.
threads. Well, I mean, that's kind of how everything's sewn these days.
Yeah, I'm gonna do spandex. It's gonna be fun.
But as exciting as it is, it didn't show me much, but it just gave me the idea. Yeah, it's coming out. They're gonna show probably another thing. Actually, weren't they supposed to show another thing recently? Like coming soon? Weren't they supposed to announce more stuff about Borderlands again?
They're supposed to show like some gameplay.
Yeah.
I think the first week of May.
Oh, is it May?
I think
Okay.
it's the first week of May. They're
Yeah.
gonna show like the first so many minutes of the game or something like that.
Right.
Which I don't really want to see it.
I don't.
Like I want to experience it all by myself.
Mhm.
But they did announce like there's over 1 billion guns.
Yeah.
1 billion, and that was like the big thing in Borderlands. It's like there's guns and loot everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what made me become a looter. Like when I go to different games now, and there's just, especially in Destiny, like it's just like I know I'm gonna get crap, but I want to open it because it's free stuff. That's all it is. It's I found a chest.
So Alex got really excited about this, and we watched the trailer constantly. A few times back to back. Just I don't remember
Picking
why.
it apart and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So
It's a great trailer.
you got really hyped about this. What video game reveal got you the most hyped about that game? I mean, whether or not it was a good game, what really set you
So
off?
I need to preface this by saying no announcements, nothing like an announcement or reveal or anything gets me hyped anymore.
Or okay, well,
But at the time,
I'm sure there might have been.
I think it was 2012 at E3 when I think it was at the Microsoft press conference, they did the trailer for Splinter Cell Conviction. And that came out in 2013. They announced it in 2012. The previous Splinter Cell game was 2010. So it was only 2 years later, and I played the crap out of Splinter Cell Conviction. So I was really excited for Blacklist when that got announced, and then I wasn't necessarily hyped for it, but when same year they showed off the first Titanfall, which hadn't seen anything like that before, I thought that looks really cool. But now, years later, you guys know, I just don't get excited for stuff that's announced that's not coming for months.
Right.
And it's funny because I went to break at work today, and one of my friends there is a gamer, and he's a big Gears fan. And I sit down by him. He's like, Brett, you excited for Gears 5? And I said, no. And I'm like, Craig, I don't get excited for anything that's announced without a release date. And even then, I usually don't because it could be months away.
Or they push it.
And I'm like, what's the point of getting excited? And he's like, Brett, now that you say that, that makes a lot of sense.
Wow. You just kill people's hype. You kill people's hype. And I understand why. Because, I mean, the anticipation of video games has always been a really big thing for most of us. I mean, just the release dates, the midnight launches, and all that stuff used to be a big thing, and now it's the glory of that's really gone. Sure. And by not reliving those release dates, you've kind of just no longer sought out launch dates and
I think
got excited about it.
More of it is it's just not a huge part of my life as it was once was.
It's not a huge part of anybody's life.
I mean, just gaming in general.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get excited about a big game. For one, you can predict when they're coming now. For the most part, the big stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
I know there's a Gears coming out.
It's probably going to be in November.
So I'm like, what's the point? I know it's coming.
Yeah.
And if it's not November of 2019, it is surely going to be in 2020 because Microsoft has to put out a Gears title coming soon.
Yes.
You know?
And it will be the spring if they do.
Yeah.
Now for me, I can say so many. I'm going to say 3, and I'm probably going to take Alex's.
Oh, please don't. Can I go first?
Because I can think of other ones?
Yes.
Okay, you go first.
Because I only have a handful I could pick from.
I know, because you don't get excited about video games very often.
Yes, well, there's only a certain franchises that I'm excited for.
Okay, you go ahead, and I'll just remove what I can from you.
The latest one was Borderlands 3.
You can't use that.
I'm going to use it because...
can't use that.
All right, here's the thing.
Here's
the thing. That announcement was at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guess what time I clock back in from lunch? 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's only an hour long. I was able to watch like 10 minutes at work, and then they said that they'd be announcing it and showing the game, whatever it is they're announcing, at the end. So what did I do? I had my phone on very, very quietly in the back. And I kept going back and checking on it. They're like, what are you watching? I'm like, I just want to see my video game announced. And they're just like, you're such a nerd. I'm like, I know, but I want to see it. Everybody else gets to see it at the same time. And what happens is right as they're announcing it, I get super busy. And I had to shut off my phone. So I didn't get to see it. But to feel that, excitement about a video game and the announcements coming out about it, I hadn't felt that in a very long time. That's why I'm going to use that one as one. The only other one...
Well, she hadn't felt it in a long time. That's fine.
I haven't felt it in a long time. The only other one I can think of that gave me chills that I was super excited about was Halo Reach.
Now, you can't... Okay, now, Halo Reach had a few different trailers.
Yes.
The biggest... The reveal was a teaser.
Yes.
Of just the globe and an eclipse.
Yep.
That's what you're talking about?
No, I'm not talking about that one.
Because the other one wasn't a reveal trailer.
I know, but I can't think of the reveal.
That was a live action trailer.
That was the live action trailers for Reach are just thinking about them now. Look, I'm already getting goosebumps. It's just this amazing. Oh my God, Halo Reach is coming out.
Yeah.
It was just this big deal because Halo 3 is what brought me back into gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just oh my God, they're releasing a new Halo. It was the first time I was a nerd since I was 10.
Right.
And I was 20.
Right.
So, and those are the two I'm going to use.
I'm going to say I had it. Shoot. I will say Left 4 Dead 2. Left 4 Dead 2's announcement was the trailer, was the actual opener that plays
I do
on Left 4
remember
Dead 2.
that. It was that one's a big one.
Yeah, you get to re-experience that multiple times. So every single time you turn the game on, it plays the reveal trailer.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I remember that.
That was a big one. And then the other one that really got me hyped was Halo ODST.
Oh Oh yeah, and ODST.
Just hearing that somber
Mm-hmm.
music, it still plays in my head every day. Like ODST was such a lonely game, and a lot of people give it flack for it being such a boring campaign, I guess you could
I
say.
didn't think it was boring.
Well,
The street part is kind of boring,
mhm.
but the actual flashback missions I thought were pretty good.
I did too. I enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't like the way
It's
the look of
Harder
it.
because you're not a Spartan,
Right.
you know?
Right. And if Halo doesn't have a battle royale that's ODST, I'm saying it here. I'm saying it on the podcast. I've said it on your Twitch. Halo, they need to announce a battle royale game where you're an ODST and you drop in. Perfect battle royale concept.
Yes. Mhm.
Perfect. You know,
And I thought Borderlands 3 would have some type of battle royale-esque to it, but I liked how they that was the first thing he said when he came out was, well, we have a new game for you guys that we're going to announce at the end. We only have an hour, but we have a lot to fill. And they pretty much take the whole hour and they break down the trailer, and then they show a whole bunch of other announcements. But the first thing they say is, so you're going to have a new Borderlands, and everybody wants a battle royale or something like that. And everyone goes, boo, or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, nobody wants another battle
Well-
royale. But I was like, it would be fun. It would be fun. And he's like, but that's not what we're putting out. And we're like, everyone's like, yeah.
Eventually, the
They're
battle royale is going to get stale.
it's getting
and
It's
stale.
starting to
The
get stale.
early developers that were able to do it well, like Respawn,
Yeah,
they cashed in while the iron was hot.
they
Yes.
did. They really did.
I will say it didn't excite me, but when when last year's God of War was announced with gameplay at E3 in 2015, I think, I knew it didn't even matter. I knew I was going to play it. So I was happy to see the God of War was back, but I was like, oh, I know that's a couple years away. So it's just the waiting game. Like yes, some games get announced way too early.
They do. Like Halo, they announced their Halos too early.
Yes.
Like
Yes, like I'm not even
years
excited
too
about the
early.
next Halo yet because
right.
it's
Well,
too
you
early.
You didn't like
it's not
5.
coming this year.
I know, but I still want. It would
It's
be nice
not,
to have a
no.
new Halo game.
But at least, well, we're getting Reach again.
Well, that's true. We are. I'm more excited to play Reach than I am the new game.
Reach is just you know why they did that. They're putting out Reach to tide people over until
the
Infinite
new one.
is
Yes. Mhm.
I did sign up. Actually, speaking of Reach, I did sign up for an insider program for you and me. You
Mhm.
can do it too. Anybody can do it. You go to 343 Industries and you actually sign up and see if you can get Halo Reach beta early, which is
Ooh.
happening this month.
Yes.
but
yes, please.
You cannot stream it.
No.
Confidentiality agreement.
All right,
you
I get
cannot.
it. I get it.
You cannot
like
stream it.
Like
you
an
know,
NDA
I just
kind of
happen
thing,
to
okay.
think
Yep.
because of your streaming, you never finished Shadow of the Tomb Raider, did you?
No, I got bored of it.
You did?
Wow.
You got bored?
Because it is far and away better than Rise.
All right, maybe I'll go back to it. I got bored after that one. It was like that one challenge, and I just got frustrated. I'm like, maybe I'll
What
go back
challenge?
to it. It was that one I was
It
talking to you about.
It was the tomb.
It was a tomb challenge.
Which you
and
don't have to do.
You-
to
those
play
are
the
side
story.
missions.
No, I have to do it. Like,
You can do them, but don't do it. If you want to finish it, just save those for the end.
All right, maybe I'll go back to that.
You're not
Maybe
going
maybe I'll
back.
say that for my Sunday
She
streams.
might. Well, she
'Cause my
needs
Sunday-
something on Sunday
Yeah,
afternoon.
I need something Sunday afternoon. Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday streams. I usually do like an FPS, and then on Sundays it's just kind of like I don't need to do that. So maybe I'll do that on Sundays. And I'll do a storyline game. Maybe that's when I'll start doing Halo.
I know that there's another announcement out there that I'm just not thinking of, and I'm going to try to think of it before the end of the podcast. There was another one that I had that I just thought of while you guys were talking, and it just slipped my mind. It was a pretty big. Oh, BioShock Infinite. That was huge.
Yeah,
that was
one
huge.
was a
That
big
was
one.
very unexpected because the teaser started off where you're underneath you're in the water, but you don't even know what's going on until you see a big daddy, and then suddenly you're in this whole different utopia and a different time frame,
Something completely different than two.
generation. Yes, you're not underwater. You're in the air.
Yeah.
Okay, and
in a floating city.
Yes, exactly. So BioShock Infinite's announcement was quite possibly one of the BioShock 2 was big too for me as well. That Sea of Dreams teaser that meant absolutely nothing. The song was great, and it's just a teaser about a girl standing on a beach with a Big Daddy
Yep, I remember
doll.
that. Yep. Mhm.
Oh, I loved it. Let's move on from there, guys. I think we beat that with a dead horse.
Okay.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
how
I
say
didn't know
it.
that was the thing. I was like, there's a dead horse. Okay. Since we're just talking about announcements, can I do a couple that are just we're not gonna go into them or anything?
Yeah, just want to talk.
There was
quick
an
bits.
announcement for a Sega Genesis Mini.
Yeah, I heard about that.
If you
I
buy
thought
it, you
they
get
announced
you
that
get
a while ago.
you get well they put like more out about it, like you're gonna get 40 classic games with it or something like
There's
that.
been third-party Sega things out for
Sure.
a
So
very
I'm like,
long time.
is that I never played Sega, so I want to know if you guys ever had any interest in that.
Not at
Didn't-
all.
all right,
Yeah.
didn't
I
think so.
played a little bit of Sega as a kid. I played Mortal Kombat and I played some Sonic, but that's about it. Anyone who played Nintendo, did you ever try out Sonic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's played at least
I'm
something, whether it be in
hoping-
like Walmart, you go up to the controllers and you're like, oh, I'm playing
Right.
Sonic. Like that was my experience.
Mm.
Another announcement was a movie trailer, The Dead Don't Die. Anybody see that one? I know.
Yeah, the Adam Driver.
Yeah, Adam Driver, Bill Murray.
Nope.
It's supposed to be. It almost kind of looks like
It
a Shaun of
looks-
the Dead version of like.
Okay.
Of, like it's just like a new Shaun of the Dead.
People are
looks
going
like.
to say it looks awesome. I think it looks like garbage.
It's a spoofy, funny zombie movie.
I don't need funny zombies.
But it's funny to see.
Like Zombieland.
Yeah,
No, that's different.
That's different.
That's action.
Yeah, that's action. This is
Funny
more.
too.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot more action-esque in Zombieland. This one just looks
No.
plain
Well,
funny.
Zombieland was funny.
but who made it funny? One character.
Well, Bill Murray was
No, I
funny.
disagree with
Jesse
that.
Eisenberg wasn't hilarious. He
But
was
Woody
nerdy.
was.
Just said
He's
one
a
character.
side character. There's
Woody
just one
Harrelson
character.
was the only one who
Somebody
was.
said Bill Murray.
Well, I know, but I said Bill Murray was in it. He
You
had
don't
like one
put
part.
the text on the stuff the way they did if it's not a comedy.
Yeah, well.
I know.
You meaning it's not a serious zombie movie.
Like, yes.
Yes,
that's what
but
I'm
the Adam
saying.
Driver one looks a little too lighthearted. Like, not for me. Definitely not for me.
Well, I just think it's weird seeing Adam Driver. I mean, the thing is I work with somebody that went to college with Adam Driver,
Mhm.
and he said this is weird that this was when the Star Wars movies were coming out. He's like, it's weird seeing him playing this dark character because I knew him as the guy that was the laugh of the party kind of thing. He's like,
Mhm.
he was not this dark person. He was a very comedy person. Like,
Right.
he was really funny. So now it's all kind of all coming out like this is what he's meant to do.
Right.
So we'll see how that works.
How it works.
How it works.
How it works.
Next announcement, which is awesome because Josh and I finished the Umbrella Academy,
Yeah.
and the last episode was actually pretty mind blowing.
It was nice.
And they ended it in a, but I want to watch the next episode kind of way. Like they just completely chopped it off. That's
Yeah.
it.
Netflix just announced season 2.
And then they just announced season 2, and I was like, sweet. Didn't say
Well,
a
that
date.
couldn't have been a surprise.
No.
Well, the thing is we were told by Jason the Morning podcast when we were, there in January, or I guess, it was the beginning of February. He was like, oh, have you guys seen this? And that's when it came out to watch it. And we just started it, just finished it later in the game. They've
Yeah.
already announced it and green-lighted it for a new season.
Yep. And I expected Netflix to do that because they're getting rid of a lot of their other programming. Why wouldn't they fund the ones that seem successful?
Well, they have, streaming statistics, and if a series is not getting streamed, there's no point in dumping more money into production.
Right.
Along the MCU universe,
Mm-hmm.
we've got Black Widow is actually starting to film in June.
Nice.
So we will have a Black Widow film.
That's a little late.
Well, it was just announced.
Scarlett Johansson. Well, let's see.
I kind of want I want a Hawkeye movie. That's what I want.
I don't think we're gonna get that.
I don't think we are either.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure Hawkeye will be in this one though, because they have a pretty big relationship.
You mean in Endgame?
No, in the.
In Black Widow.
Yes. You gotta look at your notes to remember what
Black
you just
Widow.
said.
What I just said. Let's see what two more. We've got Terminator: Dark Fate.
That
we got
is.
a new Terminator movie.
I've given up. Linda Hamilton is back for this, which
Yes.
is cool. But after the Genesis, that was a pile of garbage.
You saw Genesis?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I ever did.
I watched it when it went to Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
which was pretty early.
Oh,
It's terrible.
really?
November 1st release date.
I'm okay with that.
Wow.
We'll see. We'll let.
And the front the picture I saw was of Arnold.
Yeah,
So I mean
in it.
he's in it.
Yeah, I already know about like who the Terminators are too. I've already looked.
Well, I don't really care about it, but I knew that you guys would.
Oh.
So that's why I said it. Last thing was the Joker trailer.
Absolutely.
So, and we've been asked actually here on YouTube to talk about the, the trailer. I was like,
Yes.
we'll get to it, I promise.
Now, Brett, you had just watched this.
You just
did.
watched it.
What's your fresh take on this?
Nothing about the trailer made me want to see it.
Right.
Based on the trailer alone, I think he looks stupid.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they're taking this into a Jack Nicholson realm,
Could be.
which you love.
I like Jack Nicholson's Joker,
Yeah.
but Jack Nicholson's Joker was a gangster. This guy looks like a fucking loser.
This is an origin story.
This is an origin story.
So maybe we're gonna see him.
Jack Nicholson's origin story is that he was a gangster who was betrayed by his boss.
Yeah.
So it's a different story.
Every Joker story is
So
different.
and I know,
Yes.
but that's what they need. You can't repeat a Joker. I don't think you can. That's why
Right.
they're so you can't
I
say,
guess.
well, oh, my favorite Joker
Well,
is this.
you don't know Heath Ledger's Joker. He just shows up
He's
as Joker.
Right. You never got an identity
Yeah.
with him.
So with this one, at first I was like, I watched the trailer once and I was like, I don't think it looks good.
Right.
And then I watched it like 5 more times just because there was something that was pulling me back in. And then we watched like,
Watched it 5 more times.
Oh yeah, I've watched it a lot. There was
Jesus.
what was the breakdown that we watched? Was that by IGN?
I didn't watch a breakdown.
We both watched it together.
I didn't watch an IGN breakdown.
Okay, well I watched a breakdown of it.
No.
Where they were explaining certain things and stopping a breakdown of it. And it's a completely brand new Joker, 100%. It's a
Plus,
brand new Joker, and it looks good.
He looks like he's 50 years old.
I
And
think
he probably is 50
And
years
they're
he
old.
probably making him
probably
look like a severe psychopath. You know, like it's.
I mean, he might. Yeah, I don't know how old he's, but you
Joaquin
get to
Phoenix,
see.
I bet, is at the very least in his late 40s. Somebody look it up.
You look it up.
Jeez, demanding, sir.
Look it up.
I don't have a
You know,
device,
I don't
otherwise
think
I
you're
would.
wrong. I mean, that's a heavy window.
It's if you're gonna do a Joker origin story, you think you would get someone maybe in their late 20s,
Mm-hmm.
not their late 40s.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I think it looks good.
Okay.
I did admit I don't think the very first time I watched it I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be stupid.
He's
Like
45.
I was scared to actually click on it. I'm like, oh please don't.
I
Make
can't
this
give you
bad.
that one.
No,
I
I
can't. I
said-
can't give you that one.
I said late 40s, he's
Yeah.
mid 40s.
Yeah, it's like I
Yes.
can't give you that. That's a heavy window for Joaquin Phoenix. He's been in the movie business for 20 years at least. So, more than that. More than that. A lot more than that. Don't quote me on that.
What was Gladiator 2000?
Yes.
And he was in Signs. When was Signs? 2002?
2002.
He was in something as a kid.
Probably.
Yeah. Really young. Let me go down.
Oh
Oh yeah, he's in something in '82
What?
So yeah, he just didn't get.
TV show.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, his brother is River, and who's quite famous for dying in the Viper Room in
Oh,
L.A.
he was Max in Space Camp. Oh my God, I knew it.
Never watched Space Camp.
Space
No,
Camp?
know what that
No,
is.
Jinx put Max into space.
No.
You don't know about Space Camp? Oh
Sure
my
don't.
gosh, classic. 86.
Sure don't.
Wow, he plays Max. That blew my mind right there. Nobody's seen Space Camp. Wow.
Nope.
You uncultured swines.
Yep.
All right, let's move on from that. You were talking about announcements. I wanted to move into. Oh, there were some TV things we wanted to move into. We watched the Twilight Zone reboot.
Oh crap! I forgot about that. We need to talk about that. Which is why we're talking about it right now.
CBS All Access just released The Twilight Zone as their own streaming service series. So you have to get their streaming service to watch it. Not the first episode, though. You can watch the first episode on YouTube right now.
For free.
For free. For free?
Yes.
The Comedian was this one. Oh, my gosh.
It's definitely not bad.
It's not your average Twilight Zone series.
No, but I really wanted like the next when that one was finished, I was like, all right, well, it's definitely a binger. Like it feels like a binger. One of those things where not every single one is exactly like the next one. You're like, oh, okay, it reminds me a lot of
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. Thank you.
Black Mirror originated from this.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like it was kind of its own thing. But Kumail Nanjiani.
I I can never say
can never
his
pronounce his name. He's becoming a pretty big star in Hollywood right now.
Yes,
I
he
know who
is.
that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Wasn't he in Silicon Valley?
yes.
Yes.
Yes, and I love him in that. He's in this. He's also starring in a movie with Dave Bautista. They were doing a big
Yep,
promotion
saw
with that
that
on
too.
WrestleMania. Oh my gosh, this guy's everywhere now. He's going to be one of the new
He's a
comedians.
really funny comedian.
He's good. In this Twilight Zone episode, the first one that we watched, he stars in it as a comedian who's starting off, and he kind of does a deal with the devil in a sense, and it's a really good story about it's kind of just a be careful what you wish for story. Real basic story on that premise.
But it's really good.
Adam Scott's in the second episode. I'm really excited to watch that. He's in Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm.
That one, it's called Terror at 30,000 Feet,
Yeah.
which is a remake of the original Airplane one with William Shatner, the one with the something on the wing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're remaking that one with this one, a different premise where this guy finds a MP3 player and listens to a podcast about the death of the people on the plane before it goes down.
Final
So.
Destination.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh!
See, your dad said Space Camp was great.
Yes.
See? Space Camp was great.
I've never seen Space Camp. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. So let's. So I want to get CBS All Access to see this entire series, but oh my gosh, this first episode kind of just took me for a loop. Didn't expect this this sort of story drive that they did. But what did you think?
I liked it. I already said that.
Yeah.
I said I want to see the next episode. The only thing I don't like is the fact that you have to watch it on CBS All Access.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I was Googling how do I watch the next episode.
What's wrong with that?
I don't. It's not on Hulu. It's not on Netflix. It's not on HBO or any of the other
And
things
it
that
never
I pay
will be.
for.
How do you think CBS All Access gets viewers?
By
this.
this.
Exactly.
They put out a really interesting thing and put the first episode free for everybody to watch and go, wow,
You
we're gonna
just
suck 'em
described
in.
their whole marketing plan.
I understand that. So what I did is I was like, oh, well, that's fine. We can do the 14-day free trial. Just binge the whole thing. So I stopped myself, and there was a paragraph that said, like, in a little article about how do you watch the second episode, and it said before you do that, they're sporadically releasing the episodes so that way you can't binge it and get rid of your subscription.
Smart.
Yeah, Brett, you're just like,
So I was like, oh,
tycoons over here.
I really want to watch the next episode.
This
What
how-
is it, like $5 a month?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, $5
I'm
or $6.
surprised
a
that
month.
since it's CBS, you couldn't put in your TV provider and get it for free.
Right.
You know, because some of them do that.
I mean, we have cable technically.
We do, but this is only available on CBS All Access.
But-
This is not being shown on any TV.
But that's my point, though, because some streaming services, if you pay for TV service, you put in that information and you get it for free.
But that's if they have it aired.
Well, that may.
If it's part of their television programming. This is not part of anything. It's never going to be aired on.
Yeah, but
on
CBS
streaming.
is over the air.
Oh.
CBS is free.
Yeah, but this is its own thing.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, I don't know how.
No,
else
I
to-
get what you're
Okay. So let's move on from there, guys.
Mhm.
What do you want me to say? Hi, Jer from Italy.
Yes. Hi, Jared from Italy.
Hi, Jer from Italy. Yeah, he's taking a vacation. Lucky
Yes.
him being in Italy. We went and watched WrestleMania over on Sunday, and we have some highlights to talk about. But first, I want to talk about Bret Hart. Holy cow!
That was horrible.
Horrible thing that happened to him. He got beamed by a fan while doing an announcement by doing a speech at
Probably
the WWE Hall
Not a
of-
fan.
You haven't seen it though.
Well, actually, no, it wasn't a fan because he
mean-
yelled, "You suck," and then pinned him.
It wasn't a fan. It was
Okay. but-
Okay, Abe.
just a jerk.
Yeah, a jerk.
yes.
It's just a jerk.
by someone who is a fan of something in the business, I hope, or why else would he be
It
there?
was a heckler.
He
I
really
guess,
was.
an
He heckled
extreme-
the crap
extreme
out of him.
heckler.
I'm trying to find the link so I can show you, Brett. So I have to scroll all the way up. But yeah, he got tackled almost immediately. So they had the Hall of Fame in a ring instead. So
I said it instead of on a stage. That
Right.
was bizarre. They've never done that before, have they?
no. So here it is. So you just keep on watching. It's almost immediately. So they aired this, but WWE cut immediately as soon as the guy got into the ring. So this was recorded by a fan in the audience.
Yeah.
So took down how old is Bret Hart? 60?
Old.
Probably.
Yeah, and he's already suffered a stroke, concussion. I mean, cancer. Yeah, and he just taken down. And lo and behold, he got up, finished his speech, and he went to WrestleMania the next day and even presented there.
Wow.
For the Hall of Fame ceremony.
So
that they
of
do at
course,
Mania.
everybody these days has a cell phone, so you can see the whole entire thing, whether or not WWE blacked everything out. So
Right.
the other thing you see is there's 15, 20 people on top of this guy pulling him and giving him to the cops and whatnot. And then one of the wrestlers that was sitting down at the stage, can't remember what his name is, sucker punches him in the face and knocks him out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a jerk move, but everyone in that stadium wanted to do that.
Not a jerk move.
Not
It's
a jerk
assault.
move. Doesn't matter.
So
the
did he.
entire thing was assault.
I understand that, but you're just adding to the fire.
No, you're not. You are getting the last hit.
Well, as I told you before we went on the air when you were telling me about this, I don't remember the details, but I know Triple H kicked some guy's butt that came in during a show, came into the ring, and he just laid him out. And I think even at a Hall of Fame ceremony, if you come into the ring, you can expect to get your butt kicked
Absolutely.
by professionals.
Absolutely.
And you deserve it.
You do. No, without a doubt. This entire thing. First of all, I'm very happy that all the news outlets that I've seen with this, no one has said the name of the guy.
Good.
And I'm very
Yes,
happy.
because you don't need to put a light on that guy.
Absolutely, you don't. And I even went to Reddit, and people are like, "Oh, no one said the name." Good. Don't say the name.
So you remember what was the baseball game? We don't know the guy's name, but he's known as the Fan. He caught the ball that was gonna win a game.
The World Series or something.
Yeah. Oh come on, that was when I was in high
talking about
school.
Steve Bartman,
I don't know what his name is. I just know he's known as the Fan.
the Cubs guy who
Sure.
messed up.
Yes, he caught the ball, and the other guy was.
he messed up Moises Alou's attempt to catch the ball,
Yeah.
and that opened up the other team coming back,
Yes,
basically, and cost the Cubs a chance to go to the World Series for the first time. In
That's
There
what
you
it
go.
is.
That's why. So that's like this guy here, taking out a legendary wrestler
No,
in front of everyone.
no.
It's not even comparable.
This is a different situation.
This is a Hall
I
of
mean,
Fame ceremony that doesn't mean anything. I mean, it means something, but it's not going for a World Series for the first time in 100 years.
Did you watch the John Oliver last week that he did?
I don't
about
watch John Oliver. He's a tool.
Well, okay, but he talked about wrestling and how they are independent contractors. They get no health benefits, no time off, no paid leave, no health. Did I say health insurance?
Yes.
Yeah.
No health insurance.
They can't work for anyone else, even though they're independent contractors.
Okay.
Now, if they don't deserve a fucking Hall of Fame
I didn't
ceremony,
say
Brett.
that. I said it's a Hall of Fame ceremony. It's not a MLB playoff game.
Okay, but it's
Sorry, bad comparison. I'm
Yes.
just saying he's in a freaking stadium full of 80,000 people that are going to take him out for taking out Bret Hart.
Sure.
It's not exactly a wise move, man.
Well, plus it's still a little bit different because Bartman wasn't trying to screw up the Cubs. He was a Cubs fan.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's
This
true.
guy was intent on taking down,
Edward
Bret Hart.
Fan, yeah.
So that part is different.
Okay, so our
Okay,
whole
let's move
discussion just
on.
went.
Let's move on.
It forked in
Okay,
different
do you
weird
want
ways.
to do little points in WrestleMania real quick so we can get off
Absolutely.
of wrestling?
Opener was the Universal Championship for the actual the show. Brock Lesnar lost to Seth Rollins. Pretty happy about that. We finally get someone who's full time.
Yeah.
Lesnar's going to UFC. F
Whatever.
him. Heck him.
Whatever.
Just a few other points. The big ones. Kofi Kingston
Kofi!
beat Daniel Bryan.
Kofi is the new WWE
Champion.
champ.
Yes.
Like the champ.
He's the champ. He
Very
holds
much
the
deserves it.
11 years in the making. It was his debut.
And it was a great match.
Great match. Fantastic match. A very heartwarming WrestleMania moment all
Yes.
around.
Yep. Mhm.
Something you might have enjoyed, Brett.
Mm,
You might have
good
enjoyed
No,
moment.
I wouldn't have.
Daniel Bryan versus Kofi?
No.
Really?
Oh,
No.
well, it was a good match.
It was a very good match. I would give this.
Wasn't it like a 6-hour show too?
That doesn't matter.
It was 7.
It matters to me when
It
you
was
say I'm
7,
gonna
and we
enjoy
didn't
it.
watch the whole thing.
We showed up at 6:30, left at midnight.
Yeah.
So that's
And
fine.
it was
I still
on
don't-
when you got there and still on when you left.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no. It started at 7. The main show started at 7.
We only watched the main show.
Yeah, we didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
the
no.
main show or the whole thing started at 4.
Yeah.
I was like,
Nope.
sorry, not watching that much wrestling.
So the whole situation was just amazing. It's just a great match all around. New Day celebrated with him. Kofi Kingston, you deserve it. Actually, I think Raw is going to be up here in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So I want to see what they're going to do there.
We got Gangster Cena back.
We did. See, John Cena came out in his Thugonomics, and he did a rap and everything. That was awesome.
That was actually really good.
It was very. As soon as that moment happened, I just said, "Yeah, this is probably one of the better WrestleManias I've seen in like a decade."
It felt like an older WrestleMania.
Let's talk about the. Well, I guess we can just talk about the women's triple threat match at the end.
It sucked.
Why? Ronda Rousey.
Okay, the end sucked.
Okay.
The actual match itself was fine, but when they ended it, it felt like we were just starting the match.
Yeah. Well, actually, you'd be surprised. There's actually about 6 minutes in already.
Yeah, 6 minutes.
That's
It's the title.
Yeah.
And it's their first main. It's the women's first time as a main thing at WrestleMania, and then they blew it in 6 minutes. That's it.
right.
It felt like it was just starting. They're like, 3 count, you're out, and it was just starting to get heated up.
I don't know. It seemed a little off-putting.
The cynical part of me thinks the Vince was like, all right, we'll put women as the headliners, but we ain't giving them, 16 minutes or however long the title match goes.
They've given them long matches in the past, like with all
Not
these.
as a headliner at WrestleMania.
Right.
No, but like at the Rumble, they gave them their own Rumble.
WrestleMania.
I know at WrestleMania, but these are bigger. These are like about comparable. They're the bigger pay-per-views.
Alex, you keep swinging your arms around. You're
I'm sorry.
Hit me in the face.
The Rumble is big. Yes, it ain't WrestleMania.
Actually, I was wrong. It's a 21-minute match.
Still, that's not a long.
21
no,
minutes?
No.
How'd you get 6 from 21?
I was reading a different thing.
Okay, the matches for
So
the
everything
men.
I just said is moot.
Yep.
The matches for the men seem like they go on for 45 minutes to an hour.
Kofi and Bryan was 23.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, see?
I still just don't like the way that they had that match. It was just not for WrestleMania. That it was just not a match. Like,
it didn't feel. It ended so abruptly. There was no
Yes.
climax that was proper to it.
and her shoulders weren't down
Nope.
at all.
No, it's gonna be.
It was botched,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, whole big argument on
All
that.
right.
Well,
Let's move on
if it's
from-
in the card or in the writing or story, however you want to say it, for you to be pinned, you should probably keep your shoulders on the mat.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if she was supposed to be pinned right there.
Yeah, we don't even know.
Yeah, we don't know. There's
Seems fishy.
It does. But anyways, let's move on from WrestleMania. Let's go on to
Brett,
something
what do you got? You got some stuff.
else. What was this toilet story?
Okay, so the other day, I use floss pickers.
Oh, are you flushing those?
No.
Oh.
So I bought some,
Wow, this means absolutely nothing.
and I carried the pack into the bathroom. But when I took them out of the bag, I didn't realize that the receipt was between my fingers and the bag of floss pickers, and they slipped and fell right in the toilet.
Oh no!
Now it's completely sealed bag, completely sealed. You got to tear off the top, and then
Yeah,
it
yeah,
even
yeah.
has
Hasn't
like
been opened yet?
the Ziploc thing.
Yeah.
Hadn't been open. It was brand spanking new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, I put these in my mouth.
Yeah.
So?
Are they okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Or do you throw them out completely because they were in the toilet?
You want to?
You can put them. You can take them out of the bag, put them in another plastic sandwich bag, and use them that way.
What you do?
That's not
here,
my
here.
point here.
They're safe. It's safe.
It's
My
safe.
point is, these things go in my mouth, and the entire package was still in the toilet.
I will say, I would do it.
Okay.
I'd open it up, pour it in a different, without touching anything else. You know, I'd open up the other bag, have it set and ready. Open up the other one,
And just
dump
pour
it,
them out. Sure.
toss, wash hands, seal.
Well, I did.
Nothing else. No
I
other
did
transaction of
retrieve
hands.
the bag and then put it under hot water.
That's what I would do. I was just gonna say. I was like, I wouldn't just dump it out. I would take it and just let it run under
Maybe
really
I
hot
should.
Why
water,
don't you just soap
So
it?
then I just set them
and then
there.
soap it all up.
So then I just set them somewhere because I was waiting to get a second and third opinion about this.
I'd say keep them
and
because
then
now they're
I
just
thought
rotting
I
in
could
toilet
still,
water.
I could still soap them up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, they are sealed. But it's just the idea of floss pickers that you're going to floss your teeth with
But
were in a bag that ended up in the toilet.
I have a rebuttal with that.
Oh.
Kind of similar situation that happened to us. Went to Wendy's the other day. They dropped our bag on the floor.
and then handed it to us.
But they transferred the food from that bag
To another
All it did was just drop flat,
Yeah.
and they picked it up real quick.
I think you
I
have
mean, that's a health
two,
hazard.
it is, but you have 2 barriers of
Right.
protection.
Right.
And they gave you the new outer barrier. I
Yep,
think you're
they
okay.
moved everything.
I think you're okay.
So kind of similar
Very,
situation.
very much so. Well, it is.
The floor of a
It's
I don't
dirty.
know. I
Very
think
dirty.
my toilet bowl is cleaner than their floor.
right,
Probably.
exactly at
But
that time.
You don't openly crap on the floor.
But you don't openly do anything on any floor, but it happens anyway.
It's true. It's true.
I don't want to know what you're doing on your floor, Brett.
You don't crap at all, I should say. It's like, you don't openly crap. You probably shouldn't crap at all.
Right.
Floor. On the floor.
On the floor. Keep the floor to itself. Wow. So is it still sitting on your counter?
I haven't done anything with it yet.
Okay.
I put it on the back of the toilet,
You know,
and I'm thinking
you could, if you really feel compelled to, boil them.
I thought about that too, but they are plastic.
They
so
are
you can't
plastic.
Get too hot.
This is a tough situation.
I mean, it's not.
How much
like
are
it's
they?
expensive. It's
Right.
They were
They're
like,
like $2
It's $2 for a bag of 50.
Yeah.
Is your
So-
health worth $2?
Well, exactly. Well, I wasn't worried so much about my health, just the fact that it's super gross.
Okay.
Okay, I can see Josh throwing them away.
No.
Yes, just
No.
because. Yeah, you
No.
are a germaphobe.
I
Yes, you
am.
are.
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
But
No buts. You would say, I cannot. If I were to tell you that I washed these things off, you would say, why didn't you throw it away? That's exactly what you would say if you came home and I told you this exact story.
I told you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, see? Mm-hmm. All right.
So
Our fan Patrick is on live with us on YouTube.
Hi,
Says,
Patrick.
hi.
hi.
Nice.
Still laughing at Josh doing the Kofi dance
Oh yeah.
from last night.
I was doing it wrong.
You were just kind of jumping.
Was I
You
skipping?
weren't-
I was
you-
happy. I was
yeah,
happy.
I know.
I was happy to see
dance.
Kofi on WrestleMania as a main eventer for once. I mean, he had a push, but
Brett, my dad says you could have a shit-eating grin.
shit-eating grin. So, did you already tell your old story?
No.
Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So you're old.
So about once a week or so, one of my two or both of my 21-year-old friends at work do something to make me feel old.
Oh, are they pulling pranks on you or something?
No, they just it comes up in casual conversation. So I was at work, and do you remember? I think it was Guitar Hero 2. "Message in a Bottle" was a song, and
Yeah.
I always remember it because I think I counted, and at the end of that song, sending out an SOS. That
Mhm.
part,
yeah.
they say it like 16
They
times
do.
in
A
a
lot.
row.
Yeah.
So it's very, especially you're playing Guitar Hero, you just remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember that song from Guitar Hero.
Are you sure it's from 2?
It's either 2 or 3.
Oh,
but
I'm
pretty
gonna look
sure
up
it's
2. I'm gonna look up 2 soundtrack, and if you're freaking right,
Yeah, whatever.
we're gonna
I
find
think
out.
it's 2 because Guitar Hero 2 I had first, and
That was
then
the
I
first-
got
that was the-
Guitar Hero 3.
That was the first 360.
Anyways.
So, I asked him, I'm like, "Did you play Guitar Hero?" He's like, "Yeah, I did." And I'm like, "Man, I remember when Guitar Hero 3 came out, I was in electronics, and it was huge that year for the holiday."
Yep.
It's like, "I remember it too, Brett, but only because my parents wouldn't get it for me." I'm like, because I was like a kid. I'm like, "Damn it, Dalen." I was working.
What
as
was
an-
the name of the song?
Message in a Bottle.
Message in a Bottle. Still looking here.
So that was this week's "They Made Me Feel Old" story.
All right, so Message in a Bottle. Looking at the list here. It
Is not.
is.
It is.
Guitar Hero
Yes.
2
Guitar Hero 2.
Yep.
called it.
Yep. I saw it on the list. I just want to make sure it wasn't like improper.
Well, that's good because Patrick agrees. He said, I think it was 2.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guitar Hero 2, when that got brought to the 360, people were pissed because they're like, this should be a PlayStation only thing,
Yeah.
exclusive. And then, it ventured off into the music industry. It really was. I'm feeling really old as well lately because I can't find Trick Cereal.
Oh, see, that was on my list.
I
It's
know.
on my
I see it
list.
on I see it on the board.
Yes.
So
I
was,
pulled a funny.
Alex pulled a funny on the
A really
phone the
good
other day.
one.
I was looking around Kroger the other day trying to find Trick Cereal.
Why?
Because it's been forever, and I'm
Alex
like,
wanted some.
I wanted some tricks.
Yeah. Why not? I mean,
I just
I don't know.
That's
We were watching old commercials.
very random.
That's
We
right.
were.
We pulled up.
I buy children's cereal for myself.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. why
We
not?
have Special K and Cocoa Puffs.
Right now, yeah, we've also got Cinnamon Toast Crunch sitting up there. Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms is up there. Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. I just
Yeah.
bought that. Yep.
Anyways, you go on.
So I couldn't find it, and Alex was requesting it. So I asked her if there's anything else she wanted. I said, I've looked up and down the aisle. I just can't find it. And she said,
Well, maybe,
Tricks are for kids.
I said maybe you can't find it because tricks are for kids and you're an adult. It just
Wow.
like came right out too, and he was like, "What?" And I was like,
except that I doubt kids are picking up a box of tricks and heading up to the checkout and buying it themselves.
yeah, but they grab it and give it to mom.
They
and
give
say,
it to
Mom, I
Mom.
want it. 'Cause
Mom,
is
and
it
they
on
cry about
Is
it.
it on sale today?
All right.
So
And I was like,
Touche.
Dang, that was a good one.
Touche.
I went a second time, still couldn't
It's
find
still
it.
not
And Alex was
there.
like, it's because you're a freaking
It's 'cause
adult.
you're an adult. You can't find
Maybe
it
they
anymore.
just don't have it.
I don't think so.
But they have every other freaking kid cereal from us growing up, and they don't have tricks.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Would you try honey bun cereal? You know the honey buns? Would you try
No,
that in
that's
cereal form?
disgusting.
I've seen it sitting.
No, that sounds really gross.
What about Sour Patch?
No,
I
disgusting.
think we should do a cereal
They have
taste
those,
test.
the powdered sugar donuts.
Yeah.
That's a cereal.
Donuts
now.
in a cereal?
Yeah, donuts.
That'd be a lot like
Host-
frosted
Hostess
Donuts?
donuts.
That's
what they're
how
called.
Hostess spells donuts.
Donuts.
Is donuts. DONETTES.
Donuts.
Yep.
That's weird.
Yep, donuts. Yep.
So tell me about Little Caesars.
Okay, so
Okay, go ahead.
all right, so this whole thing about Little Caesars has been going on for about a month now, and Brett started off by saying that Hot and Ready is amazing, best customer service ever, because there's
No, Pizza Portal.
well,
you
Hot
gotta
and
add
Ready
that part.
Pizza Portal. Hot
You
and
don't-
Ready.
It doesn't have to be Hot and Ready. Anything they
Well, it says on
have,
the box, Hot and Ready.
I know.
anyway.
Anything they have, you
Right.
can put in the Pizza Portal to pick up.
Exactly. And so he said that this is the greatest thing ever. I went on while we were recording, while he was doing his final note about that, and I ordered pizza at Little Caesars. Terrible customer service. Whole thing about it was they got my order wrong, or it was in the wrong position, and they didn't help me out. Okay, so I went a second time, and I think it was actually about a week and a half. It was probably right after the podcast or a day or two after the podcast. So went to Little Caesars, different location this time, and it went just fine. It went just fine, but they got the dipping sauce wrong. And I didn't know about it until we got home.
What? Okay, that's one thing I've always wondered, because if you order crazy bread, you can order it plain or with crazy sauce.
It's more with sauce.
Crazy sauce is marinara, right?
No. Crazy sauce is the cheese, the aged cheddar.
See, because I've got it with crazy sauce before, and it was marinara. I didn't want marinara. I wanted
We got
cheese.
marinara too. That's what we got.
So are you sure that crazy sauce is not marinara if we
I'm
both
sure.
got it?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, now we need to ask them.
So I recorded it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna play like the last 10 seconds of the video real quick.
You gonna try to do the audio?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like.
You got the volume turned up?
Yeah, do it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the finest customer service ever.
It worked.
Oh,
Did we get everything right?
looks like it.
How was your customer service?
Non-existent, just the way I like it.
I don't know. I still say crazy sauce must be marinara if we both got it when we ordered it.
We should ask
So
them.
the actual video is 47 seconds long. It's him going in, grabbing it, and coming out.
47 seconds.
47
Is
seconds.
anybody in front of you?
No.
Like, just
Nope.
walked right up
Nope.
to it.
There were people waiting. I love it. It happened a second time, too. When we went to go over to Shane's last night for WrestleMania, people in the lobby waiting for their stuff. I went in, beep, boop, grabbed the stuff, went out.
I love doing that.
But
I've only done it once when
But
people were waiting.
even
but-
better customer service. I went back in because Shane didn't order cheese sauce with it. I requested. I went up to the register, said, "Hey, can I just get 2 of them?" And said it was on the house.
Oh, they gave them to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Very
gave
nice.
them to us. I'm like, oh, thank you.
I was like, "All right, I'm going there from now on. Whenever I need my
Well, I'm glad
cheap
you had
pizzas."
better
Yes.
experience.
I did. From a complete 180 of the worst thing to what happened last night, I'm just like, I'm sold on that location over the other. So, in my own personal opinion, in my experience.
Can I talk about something real quick?
You can. You have the opportunity to.
I everybody at work and most of my friends and almost anybody that knows me knows that I love wiener dogs. And
Yeah, you do.
yes, I do. I really like wiener dogs. So almost anything cute or funny or something that goes along with a
You
wiener
wanna try
dog.
to zoom in on it when we do.
Sure. People tag me in on Facebook or pretty much anywhere and then say, oh, you should get this. You should get this. Okay. So I got tagged over the weekend. There's a wiener dog floaty. And I was like, oh my God, it's really cute. And all these pictures. So I actually clicked on the link. It's a $60 floaty. It's a like human size adult wiener dog that you sit on, float on. It's like, oh, it looks really good. So I'm looking through the actual pictures and whatnot. And then this is a picture popped up. And I was like, I don't want it anymore.
Looks like you're.
Yeah.
Alex, you want to try to show that to the kid? Just I'm gonna try to zoom in on you.
You
Put
can
it
try.
lower.
Keep going. You can zoom. So it looks like there's some bestiality going on. Pretty much, it looks like she's riding the wiener dog.
It does.
And I was like, oh, guys, and I cropped it out and posted it back on Facebook. And I was like, it's not happening. Sorry, I'm not buying the floaty.
Why did they have the
All right.
model do that pose?
I don't know. Because, I mean, look, she's like not just
She's
leaning
enjoying
back.
it.
She looks like she's enjoying
She's
it a
enjoying
little
it.
bit too much.
Rule 34.
No, absolutely not. Don't bring that up. That's disgusting. So yeah, that happened.
That happened. Alex showed it on YouTube, by the way, for our audio listeners.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll post it anymore, but you can look at it. Look at it.
Look at it.
On YouTube.
So do you want to save the rest of this stuff and get out of here?
Sure.
Yeah, looking to kind of wrap up for the podcast. Unless there's anything else you really want.
We can save it, but I really do want to talk about GameStop next week.
I've got stuff to add to that too. Then
but this is something we can't save because it's relevant.
Go ahead.
We saw Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah,
real
and
quick
it's not.
before we get
Yeah,
out of
it's
here.
nothing very, very long.
Yeah. Meh. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. You would have been disappointed.
You would have been disappointed.
Well, I'm glad I didn't go there.
I'm hearing from a lot of people now that if I were to pick between the two horror films that are out, which is Us or Pet Cemetery, to go see Us.
Yeah.
And we chose Pet Cemetery, and it's not bad.
It's not terrible.
It's not bad,
It's
but
just
it's
not
not
our
like
show.
we got out and we're like, what did you say on my Twitch?
I said it didn't push the boundaries of any Stephen King movie.
Yeah, like that's exactly.
There's nothing new to it.
There's nothing new to it. It felt more like a PG-13
Mhm.
jump scare teenager movie.
Some critics said it was the best Stephen King movie of all
It's
time.
not.
It's not.
It was like
I thought it would.
blew Stephen King out of the water. Like that was amazing. Like I still can't wait for the Losers Club to come out.
That's okay. You gotta stop saying that. It's not the Losers Club.
Oh, chapter 2.
Yes.
Whatever,
it's
but that's
different.
what it's about is the Losers Club. It's
Yeah.
about them as adults.
Yeah.
And that's coming out in September.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the first question I got from my sister was, well, how scary was it? I mean, compared to it, because it's another
Yeah.
Stephen King. And I'm like, it sucked.
Yeah.
Scary
better than-
wise, like, it didn't faze me whatsoever. Like, it's full of jump scares. There's a couple things that are kind of cool about it. But really, other than that, from a scale 1 to 10, Josh and I both agreed to give it a 6.5. Like, it's okay.
It's okay.
That's it.
I'm not going to give it anything higher than that. And
No.
I will not
Like,
watch
I
it
think
again.
the 0.5 is even a little much.
Yeah.
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 Like,
Now
it's
that I'm able
definitely
to
not
think about
buying it or anything.
I'm going to give it a 6. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 6.
Yeah.
So I think it's time we got out of here, guys. It's been a great episode. We didn't get to everything on the board, but we will get to it next week. Sun's going down, so it's time we got out of here. You want to plug your Twitch, Alex?
Yeah. Hey, so first thing I'm going to talk about is my schedule change. Pretty much all the same except for one day. Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday I stream at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Sundays, I'm actually moving it, as of this past Sunday, I move it to 2 p.m. Really for the whole reason of Game of Thrones is coming out.
It is.
And I don't want to be streaming during Game of Thrones and then someone pops on and goes, oh my god, did you see this latest episode? And then ruin it for me. So that's coming up. So I now stream at 2. And then now that I've done the 2 p.m. stream, I actually really enjoy it at 2 o'clock. It's really nice doing it in the middle of the day versus right before I go to bed. So we're going to do that. And we were talking about it earlier before the podcast. About me streaming the Tomb Raider, or was that on
I was on the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I might actually start making my Sunday streams like not my
Single
FPS.
player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my single player. Nobody else play with me.
Right.
a break from everything else. So yeah, if you'd like to follow me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTEKITTI.
You have new emotes.
I have brand new emotes, and I've got business cards now, and I've also got this really cool big like 2 feet, a foot and a half. Big acrylic of my logo that lights up. It's really cool. So yeah, you can see all of that on my stream.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I think it's time we got out of here. And it's time to plug it in. So if you are listening to or watching us, we want to thank you so much for joining us. We are on over 15 different audio podcast apps, and our most notable places are Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and Radio Public, to name a few. On those apps, you will find our back catalog of over 150 episodes of the PTO Unlimited podcast. If you are watching us on YouTube, we want to thank you guys for joining us, and you guys rock. Thank you for staying with us this whole time. Your comments, we've been reading them. Thank you, everybody, even people who were overseas. Thanks for joining us.
Out of the country.
Yep, you rock. So if you want to catch our show, we are live on YouTube every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. New time change for us, and it's going to be, what?
It's like 2 o'clock in the morning over there.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, he's awake.
Yeah, I know.
And we thank you guys for doing everything that you do for the podcast, the shares, the likes, the subscribes, everything that you do. Make sure that you keep giving our name out to everyone that you know. Let them know about the PTO Unlimited podcast. We're local to them. If you want to follow us on social media, we're on Facebook, which is facebook.com/PTO Unlimited. Instagram is PTO Unlimited _podcast. And we are on Twitter, which is @PTO Unlimited. If you want to catch us live on those apps, every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are live there, and we do our precast meeting right before our podcast. And what we do is we talk about what we're going to talk about before we actually talk about it, and we get ideas from people who chime in. So make sure you join us every Monday at 6 p.m. on our social media. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am @Lemke619.
Brett_wings.
Cute_kitty. Brett, final note.
On a final note, so I've talked about how my month of March was one of the worst months ever. Mm-hmm. And I used the time to start working, and I've talked about this too, working on myself in terms of my physical condition. What I mean by that is I've really started changing my diet and my exercise, and going quite well.
It is.
Brett, you look good.
Thank you. I've dropped 15 pounds. I've dropped a pant size, a shirt size. My face is thinner,
Slim.
I think. And I'm still going, and I've made plans on how to take it further. So I haven't felt this good physically in a while.
Probably since we moved here.
You did talk about the whole calorie thing before the podcast, how you weren't eating enough calories.
So yeah,
did you decide to only eat a certain amount of calories?
So I thought the key to losing weight right away is portion control. While that's partially true, why are you smiling?
Oh, we have an inside
it's
joke.
It's an inside joke. You know that what's the song goes?
I don't know.
It's called Pussy Control.
Oh, by Prince.
By Prince.
It's actually pee control.
Well, I know, but you know that part where he goes,
we say portion control. We
say
say that to ourselves.
I don't know why. It's just
We've been saying it for about a year
portion
now.
Control.
Because I've been dropping down my portions as well too. I've lost 15 pounds since November. Like I've been staying at a steady decline.
Yeah,
you're
at your level.
I wish I would have started my diet a lot sooner. Yeah. No, I'm in the 170s now.
Yeah, you're 179.
Yep.
I don't recall what I was when I lost the weight to be.
You should have done it before.
I should have. When I was John McClane, but I got plenty of befores from all of our videos.
You're not half naked.
No, but you can definitely see a difference.
You can see a difference.
You can. Yeah.
But when I dropped weight in 2013 to be John McClane for Halloween, I don't remember how low that I got, but
You dropped a lot.
I dropped a lot, and I'm close. But what you were asking about calories is, it sounds like, so I thought portion control, and I cut out like 95% of the sugar that I was taking.
That's a big thing, is the sugar.
Yes. Well, when I researched a little further, it, as counterintuitive as it sounds, you need to eat
More.
enough so you're getting the calories, so your metabolism continues to burn calories. Because if you don't, your body goes into like a depravity mode, and it's like, holy crap, I'm not getting enough nutrition. I gotta hold everything that I get,
So you
and
can
everything
actually
that comes
function.
in, I just gotta store it, and then you actually either plateau or you possibly even gain back. Even though you're eating less, you're gaining weight back because it's just holding everything it can.
Yeah.
So I'm still tweaking my diet, and I'm somehow I do cave on the sugar sometimes, but you are supposed to have some so you don't go crazy,
Right.
when you break.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just gotta,
If you want a donut, eat a donut.
right. And one thing
Don't
I
eat
did
the box of donuts.
one better thing you can have is dark chocolate.
Oh, it's so good.
Yep.
So, I'm going to continue on with that. And
Have you done any new foods?
I wouldn't say I've done new foods, but like for my lunch, I have a sandwich and carrots and a banana
Versus like
and water for like chips.
McDonald's.
And like,
Pretty
no,
much.
my sandwich hasn't changed, but I would have chips and like a
A pop
Hostess
or
cupcake
something,
with
or,
it
yeah,
and a
something
soda.
sugary.
So just sugar.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
You just
So-
don't realize what you intake. But yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I was gonna go on a big diet, but kind of just decided just to watch what I eat.
Well, and while I did all that, I've also been doing just some crazy cardio at the gym too. I go 6 days a week pretty much.
That's awesome. It's awesome. Keep the drive going.
Yep.
All right, guys. I think it's time we got out of here. Do you guys have anything else you want to say?
No.
No.
Nah.
All right. So thanks for joining us, guys. We will catch you next week for episode 156. Thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.
Bye.